The Wood County Sheriff confessed. He admitted to hitting Deidre Week and to killing Eleanor Roberts, 1984. That's when he says he killed Eleanor, but there will be no trial, no jury, no consequences. The reason? The statute of limitations. It's a legal technicality that's shielding him from justice. How can this be? How can a confession of murder lead to no repercussions? This is the story of a small town grappling with a shocking truth. The sheriff's words hit Wood County like a bombshell. He claimed he hit Deidre Week. A simple sentence, a chilling admission. Then, he went further. He confessed to killing Eleanor Roberts decades ago. The community was reeling. The man sworn to uphold the law, admitting to violence, to murder. Whispers turned to outrage. How could this happen? The statute of limitations. A legal clock that had run out, protecting the sheriff from prosecution. The law, meant to serve justice, was now a shield for the very person sworn to uphold it. The irony was not lost on the people of Wood County. The sheriff's confession wasn't a cry for forgiveness. It felt like a boast. He even pointed a finger at another man for Eleanor's death, John Sarver. Was this an attempt to deflect, to manipulate? The community was left with more questions than answers. The truth, it seemed, was buried deep, shrouded in years of silence, and now a confession with no consequences. 1984, a year forever etched in the minds of those who remember Eleanor Roberts. She disappeared, vanished, gone without a trace. Her family, her friends, left with unanswered questions. The case went cold. Years turned into decades. Hope faded into a dull ache of loss. Eleanor's case, unsolved, became a ghost story whispered among the residents of Wood County. The sheriff's confession ripped open old wounds. Suddenly, Eleanor's name was back on everyone's lips. But instead of answers, there was more pain, more confusion. The sheriff's words, a double-edged sword. A confession, yes, but also an accusation. He claimed John Sarver was the real killer, a name from the past, now pulled into the light, into the swirling vortex of the sheriff's confession. John Sarver. Where was he now? Was he alive? Did he know Eleanor? The questions multiplied, fueling the fire of speculation that now burned through Wood County. Eleanor's family, their grief rekindled, was left to grapple with this new wave of uncertainty. The confession, meant to offer closure, had only opened a Pandora's box of pain and doubt. The sheriff's words had shattered the silence, but the truth, it seemed, remained elusive. Lost somewhere in the space between confession and accusation, between the past and the present. The shadow of 1984, the year Eleanor Roberts disappeared, loomed large over Wood County, a constant reminder of a crime unsolved, of justice delayed and now perhaps forever denied. The statute of limitations, a phrase that echoed in the streets of Wood County. A legal principle designed to ensure fairness now felt like a cruel joke. The law, meant to protect, was now perceived as a shield for the guilty. How could a confession of murder not lead to punishment? How could time erase a crime? The statute of limitations, in its essence, sets a time limit on justice. It dictates how long the state has to bring charges for a crime. The clock starts ticking at the time of the offense. Once the sand runs out, the opportunity for prosecution vanishes. The law, in its black and white text, offered no solace, no exceptions for confessions made after the deadline. The purpose of the statute of limitations is rooted in fairness, in the belief that evidence can disappear, memories can fade, and witnesses can become unreliable over time. It's meant to protect the accused from facing charges when the passage of time has made a fair trial impossible. But what happens when the accused confesses, when they themselves provide the missing piece of the puzzle? The law, it seemed, had no answer. The sheriff's confession, while shocking, was uttered outside the boundaries of the statute of limitations. The clock had run out. Justice, for Eleanor Roberts and her family, felt like a distant dream. The legal system, designed to uphold justice, had become a barrier to it. The case of the Wood County Sheriff exposed a fundamental flaw, a crack in the foundation of the justice system, leaving the community to grapple with an unsettling truth. Sometimes the law doesn't equate to justice.